Let's get to one of the Jump's OG games, something, nothing, or everything. Starting with Jrue Holiday, who just agreed to a 4-year, $135 million extension that Holiday's agent told Woj includes bonuses that could take the deal to $160 million. The deal also includes a player option for the 4th year, that's 2024-2025. Chiney, the Bucks also have Giannis signed through 2026, Middleton through 2024. So is this Holiday extension something, nothing, or everything?
It's everything. And for the reason you mentioned, Rach, but first and foremost, when it comes to Jrue Holiday, he is someone that everyone in the league is absolutely rooting for. His beautiful family, we've known the journey that they've been through, who, by the way, his family has given so much to their communities. Now, as it pertains to basketball, most people will think, why do you think, why would you make this payment now? Don't you want to see him prove himself in the playoffs? But I started thinking of the second layer. As a player, I know that maybe the Bucks, they're doing this just so that he can feel officially a part of their core, as you mentioned, Rach, with Giannis, with Chris Middleton, and now Jrue locked down. So now they are free to perform in the playoffs with reckless abandon together as a team. With this talent all locked down contractually, the Milwaukee run truly starts now, in my opinion. They're only 1 game back of Philly and Brooklyn for first. I see this contract signing as crucial in solidifying this team, not just, from the physical aspect of who's out there, but mentally they know that this team will have to grind it out come playoff time.
Yeah, there's no question. This is everything, Rachel. And the main reason is because when they acquired Jrue Holiday, the idea was that he was going to be here for the long term. That was part of the comfort level for you to say, here's what we're going to build around. Here's another piece, a foundational piece that, by the way, is a two-way player that can help us on both ends. And all you have to do is look at the short sample size this year when Holiday was out for COVID protocols. The team was a 500 team without him. They were 5-5. When he came back, that coincided with the run that we're watching now that's gotten them near the top of the standings that Chiney just alluded to. So this is everything. You had to get this guy locked up. Or it would have been a disaster, honestly.
Look, they kind of made this decision when they traded for him, right? To your point about how much they gave up for him,
100%.
Also, that was part of the decision-making back then. So whether you get this deal done now, whether you get it done at the end of the season, that call had already been made. The question, though, I think is just, hey, this is the core now, right? I mentioned Giannis, Middleton, Jrue Holiday, who, as you point out, Chiney, not only deserves it for his on the court, but what he brings to the communities that he plays in. This is it, though. Do you think that this is a championship core that if you then continue to build things around them? That's going to be one of the questions, especially when you're in a conference with a team like Philly that is making moves, with a team like the Nets who, let's talk about Brooklyn. Steve Nash said there is a, quote, high probability that Kevin Durant returns to the Nets lineup this week. It won't be tonight, though. KD officially listed as out tonight against the Knicks. Still, Durant, who has, of course, been out since February with that hamstring strain, the news that he's coming back at all, do you think it is something, nothing, or everything, Jackie?
Oh, it's everything, because they need to find out. Not that we don't think these 3 guys are all great. We know that. They've only played 7 games together, Rachel. They've got to figure out how are we going to distribute the ball. I looked it up before I came on the show. Durant's usage percentage was at 30.1%. Kyrie's at around 29.8%. Harden, very low for him, around the 27% range. Very different from 2 years ago in Houston where he was at 40%. But add up all those guys, Rachel, that's 88.7% usage percentage. That doesn't leave a lot for other guys. And you've also got to split it up among the 3 of them. So you've got to figure out how you're going to settle in with these 3 incredibly talented players and who's going to have the ball in his hand the most.
Yeah, it is totally everything. After the arms race that came and went at the NBA trade deadline and throughout the, the buyout market, now the field is officially set. And what I love about this is that Kevin Durant is the ultimate weapon in this arms race because, he's the championship icing on the cake for any team. He made an unbelievable Warriors team untouchable. Now, will he do the same thing to this Brooklyn Nets squad? Now we get the opportunity to see the pieces really fit together, including LaMarcus Aldridge and now Blake Griffin. And this is going to be a wild combination. You're going to see a very small sample size of chemistry being built practically overnight, and that mixed in with the great expectations based on their talents. One thing I think, Rach, that people don't realize enough is that Kevin Durant, he really carries a heavy offensive load each and every night. The thing is, he makes it look so easy, but this year it's different because the eyes of the world are watching Brooklyn, and this journey will not be easy at all, especially with that small sample size.
Here's what I know about Kevin Durant. He has historically come back very strong, even from major injuries, right? We saw him come back from the Achilles after so much time off and looked unbelievable at the beginning of this season. We saw in the past some of his major injuries in Golden State, or more so in Oklahoma City, came back, was lights out. So I don't expect too big an adjustment from him coming off this hamstring injury. And I'm with you guys. This team is so damn dangerous that I don't think it's going to be a huge problem to figure out who plays where. But you need more than 7 games to figure it out. So it's definitely something that they will probably get all these 3 guys back on the court again this week together. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.